accounts assistant is looking to progress their career, I would tell them to be clear about what they want. There's many paths you can take down the finance route.
If you're an accounts assistant looking to progress your career, I think most people will always advise that if you haven't started studying, do start studying. And if you are, just carry on. Either ACCA, AAT or CIMA, something of that level. But the studying and the qualifications are essential to understand the fundamentals such as double entry and reconciliations. Build the foundations, and that will definitely help you in your career later on.
I think it'd be just to take every opportunity that's presented to them, even if there's tasks that are not quite in your remit, take it as a learning opportunity and just take what you can from the people around you.
For an accounts assistant, one of the key things is to keep that learning channel open and make sure you get through your qualifications. It's tough, but you do really need to get that qualification, which will set you up going forward. But on top of that, it's a learning, you've got to get into a learning mentality to enhance your career prospects. Be open to solving problems, and as you get more experience, to take ownership of problems. If you have that mindset and that focus, you will progress well in your career.
I would say to expose yourself to purchase ledger work, be on the calls, cash collection, get on the calls, the bank reconciliations, account prep as much as possible. And then probably fundamentally is ask whoever's more senior than to take as much work as you can from them, either from the finance manager, management accountants, or financial controller. Broaden your experience by taking work off your managers.
Accounts assistant can be a really varied role. So this is where you want to get little bits of experience. And it doesn't have to be much in some of the areas, but I think you need to think about what it is you want to do next. And I had an assistant accountant in my team fairly recently who was a bit of a rising star, really identified her as someone that's going to be really good. And she could have gone two ways in the finance team, really. She could have gone into a sort of group finance role, or she could have gone into a sort of management accountant role. And there's probably opportunities for both of those roles for her. But, I discussed with her, where is it you see yourself? Where do you want to get that experience more importantly? So think about first which route you probably want to go down in the next few years. And that's where you want to get some experience. So if you want to become a management accountant, I guarantee you there'll be somebody in the finance department that could do with some help. So just offer that help up of maybe being part of that month-end process and doing some journals maybe at month-end and helping maybe with the forecast or budgets.
If one of my accounts assistants was asking my advice in their career progression, firstly I would look at, are they part qualified? Are they fully qualified? If they are part qualified, I would encourage them to finish their qualification. Majority of assistant accountants or accounts assistants that I come across are AAT part qualified, and I would encourage them to finish their AAT qualification, and that will give them a very good grounding and foundation for the next step.
An accounts assistant, obviously you're following the accountant that you're working with or reporting into. Don't be afraid to use your initiative and try and get some experience from others, whether it be the FC, the FD, purchase ledger, sales ledger. Get as much different experience, payroll, even if it's not relevant to your job, so you see the overall function of finance rather than just the bit that you're doing.
I think I might ask them to get advice from somebody other than me, but I would also say get yourself qualified, get loads of relevant experience, and take opportunities, even if they are or they appear risky when they come along, or even go out and seek them. You're going to be part of a very large field of candidates, so meet or exceed the basic criteria and then have something that sets you apart. I think also the ability to talk to your interviewer as a human, and okay, this might sound a bit strange, and not as an accountant or an employer, is actually a great start as well. Build a rapport when you're talking to them, and if they won't let you, have a real good think about whether that's where you want to be.